Hello everyone, I'm Shane and interpreting with me today is Shubhashish. Welcome you all to today's class. I hope you all are ready for this new session on Kings and Kingdoms Part 2. In the previous class, we learned about the emergence of new dynasties. In today's class, we will briefly look at the kingdom's ruling. Let's explore the ruling of the Chola kingdom. Temples and bronze sculpture. Agriculture and irrigation. The administration of the empire. Before starting the main topic of this session, let's look at the keywords. Sabha, an important unit of self-government in Hindu society. Nadu, groups of villages formed larger units called Nadu. Brahmadaya, gift given to Brahmins. Concept map. The Chola. The Chola dynasty is well documented in South Asian history. Let's explore how they achieved success as rulers. From Urayur to Tanjavur. Now we will learn about how the Cholas rose to power. A small but influential family ruled the Kaveri Delta called the Muttarayar. The Pallava kings of Kanchipuram had subordinates. Vijayalaya, who belonged to the ancient chiefly family of the Cholas from Urayur, captured the delta from the Muttarayar in the middle of the 9th century. He built the town of Tanjavur and a temple for the goddess Nishumba Sudini there. Rajaraja I, considered to be the most powerful Chola ruler, became the king in 985 CE and expanded his control over most of the areas. He also reorganized the administration of the empire. Rajaraja's son, Rajendra I, continued his policies and even conquered the Ganga Valley, Sri Lanka, and Southeast Asian countries, developing a navy for these expeditions. Temples and bronze sculpture. The grand temples in Tanjavur and Gangaikonda, Cholapuram, constructed by Rajaraja and Rajendra, are impressive works of architecture and sculpture. Chola temples were like the center of the towns that started to form nearby. Temples were important places for craft production. Temples were not just places of worship, but also the heart of economic, social, and cultural activities. Rulers and others provided land to temples, which was used to support specialists like priests, garland makers, cooks, musicians, and dancers who worked and often lived nearby. In temples, manufacturing bronze images was a special craft. Chola bronze images are deemed to be among the best in the world. Most images were of gods, but some were also made of worshippers. Agriculture and irrigation. Many of the achievements of the Cholas were made possible because of new developments in agriculture. The Kaveri River splits into many little streams before it flows into the Bay of Bengal. These streams often overflow and leave behind rich soil on their edges. The water from these streams is also important for farming, especially for growing rice. Agriculture in Tamil Nadu started developing in the 5th or 6th century with large-scale cultivation. Forests were cleared, the land was leveled. Embankments were built in the delta region to prevent flooding. Canals were constructed to carry water to the fields. And 2 crops were grown in many areas. Crops often needed artificial watering through irrigation methods like digging wells or building tanks. Most of the new rulers, as well as people living in villages, took an active interest in these activities. The administration of the empire. Let's see how the administration is organized in the Chola kingdom. The king had ministers and a strong military. The empire was divided into mandapams, valanadus, and nadus. Peasants called Uru were prosperous with irrigation farming. Groups of such villages formed larger units called Nadu, which handled administrative tasks like justice and taxes. The Vellala caste's wealthy farmers influenced the Nadu's affairs under the supervision of the central Chola government. The Chola kings gave titles like Muvenda Velan, a Velan or peasant serving 3 kings, and an Araya chief to wealthy landowners, showing respect and assigning them important roles in the state's administration. Brahmins received land grants called Brahmadaya. Brahmana settlements were in the Kaveri Valley and other parts of South India. Each Brahmadaya was looked after by an assembly or Sabha of prominent Brahmana landholders. These assemblies worked very efficiently. Their decisions were recorded in detail in inscriptions, often on the stone walls of temples. Trader associations called Nagarams handled administrative duties in towns. The inscriptions from Uttara Merur in Tamil Nadu show the structured organization of the Sabha, with committees overseeing various tasks like irrigation, gardens, and temples. The names of people who can join these committees were written on small palm leaf tickets. These tickets were placed in a clay pot. Then a young boy was chosen to pick out one ticket at a time for each committee. Potential members were chosen by drawing their names from palm leaf tickets placed in a pot by a young boy. Inscriptions provide information about kings and influential individuals. The Periya Puranam, a Tamil work from the 12th century, offers insights into the lives of ordinary men and women. Conclusion. In today's session, we learned that the Cholas developed South Indian agriculture and built temples with bronze sculptures. And also built a strong army and navy. Thank you for watching. For more lessons, switch on to Ashray Akruti.